This podcast is supported by Music Theater of Wenatchee, celebrating 64 years of bringing stories to life. From show-stopping musicals to powerful plays, the Music Theater of Wenatchee stage is where stories come alive. Now they are writing the next chapter, and you can help make it happen. Thanks to the McKee Matching Funds campaign, every dollar you give is doubled, up to $50,000. Towards MTW's Riverside Annex expansion project. To support the next act of community theater in Wenatchee, visit annex.mtow.org and donate today.
Opening nightclub.
We're not opening a nightclub.
It's the opening nightclub. We can't wait to watch an opening night show, because on opening night we always go with our opening night club. Opening night club.
Welcome to the Opening Night Club. This is the podcast where we discuss and celebrate local theater all around Central Washington. And this is our first late night podcast. I'm here with Man About Town writer, actor, and my friend Skyler. Hello, Skyler.
Howdy, Kevin. How's it going?
It's going pretty well.
Can you believe it? We are starting a new activity at 10:10 at night. Are we 22 or something? What's happening here? What's going on with us? This is crazy.
The clubs are just getting started, and we're ready to go.
Wenatchee is back. It took us a long time to recover from COVID, but at 10:10 at night, we are still going and partying. Can you believe us?
So the reason we're doing this is Skyler and I have just gotten back from a short film premiere in Chelan. And this is middle of September. If you are from Wenatchee, the tunnel is closed, so we had to go the long way up to Chelan. But we went and we saw a short film that was produced with our local theater person, Rachel Powers.
Yeah, it was an out of the area production company, right? It was two West Side guys. One of them was from WSU, and I guess had been introduced to Chelan. And then it was a short film with only two characters in it, right? And the man was from, I think, Western Washington. He had a great name, Maximilian Meyerhofer. That's a real classic style name. A lot of syllables in that bad boy, right? But yeah, we went up to the Ruby. Me and Jeff Anderson had dinner at the beautiful Campbell's Resort. It was excellent. It actually really was. And it was a great time. And they showed they had done a 48-hour film festival short first. Right, so it was like a double feature. And it was at the Ruby Theater, which I'd never been into, the historic Ruby Theater in downtown Chelan. It was built in 1914, the guy said. And it was really cool. It was the great old like slot type theaters, like long and narrow so the sound could travel better, right? It had a stage and I had a pit and I had a photo player, which the guy told us was like a player piano, but like more sophisticated. It was a really nice facility and it seems underutilized. It feels like we could get something going there. But Chelan is a different scene from Wenatchee. Yeah. It's not something you would just like jump into. I feel like you would need to know the market.
It's a 175-seat theater. It had a balcony, but like a classic balcony with seats that went down the side, and they were all singles.
Yes, yeah, like the Duchess's box at the end there. There was a double at the very end.
Yes.
Right, so that's where the Duchess and her consort sits. No, it was a real classy joint. I really, really liked it.
And totally a labor of love. The guy who runs the place and owns it, Larry Hibbert, he gave us a tour backstage, and he would love to talk to anybody about that theater.
He's super into it. He seemed very, very passionate about the theater, and it's great. I think it's kind of like in every town in America used to have a theater like this, like down in the main downtown strip, amongst the shoe shops and everything, there would be a theater. And that's kind of gone away as the theaters have gotten larger, right? Except for like in the big cities, in Seattle or New York or whatever. But I think it's great. I think it's wonderful that it's been continuously operating as a theater for so long. I think it's wonderful.
And they have done a fair amount of theater, legitimate theater in that facility. And I think before Larry bought it, they were operating it as a theater. He had said they painted all the walls black and they were trying to make it a small, intimate black box theater.
Yeah, Chelan used to have a summer theater program, I remember, because it was kind of going away as I was coming onto the scene, but they did. Chelan is different from Leavenworth. I think there is, and correct me if I'm wrong, but I think there's like less of a community there, that it is more out-of-towners, which is crazy for me as a Leavenworth person to say, because Leavenworth has so many second homes and that kind of thing. But you got to think that something's possible up there, because there's so much money up there. There are so many tourists just hanging around. You know, there's so many wineries, so many tasting rooms. It's like, gosh, but it's so easy to look at a market you don't know and think, why don't you just do it? And then there's probably a good reason. In 2025 in America, there are very few like genuine, like just sitting there opportunities. Like, oh, just nobody's done it yet. Often if it's not there, it's because somebody else tried it and failed.
Yes.
So I'm willing to believe I just don't understand the situation fully. But gosh, it seems it's such a nice theater.
But
It's such a nice space.
the biggest problem with Chelan is they truly are seasonal.
Yes.
Leavenworth, you can build a business and run it all year long.
Yeah.
Chelan, you can't.
I've heard that. I've heard that the town really empties out in winter in
Yes.
a way that Leavenworth doesn't really.
Yeah, it's based around the lake. And so if you can't get out of the water, and honestly, they have a dam at the end of the lake. And so starting on Labor Day, they start drawing the lake down. And so it's mud out to the lake until they draw it back up Memorial Day.
Well, then you could, again, they used to have a summer theater program out there.
They
You
could
know, if-
definitely have a summer theater program.
I got to think this is possible. All the tourists just hanging around. I got to think you'd be able to dip your hand into this river and come out with some gold, right?
There was a guy several years ago, it was pre-COVID, where he was doing an outside theater out by the lookout.
Yes.
And he wasn't doing actual shows, and I don't think they were Star Kids shows, but they were goofs on like Harry Potter. They were spoof shows.
Oh, like a Amberleaf Theater in Leavenworth used to.
Yes.
Do you remember? Did you see any of those
Oh,
shows?
yeah.
Yeah.
Briar's Theater Group. Yeah, they did some
were
great
funny.
stuff. Yeah.
They were genuinely very funny. I'm not sure why they went away other than Briar had kids and got busy. But those were good shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, and I think they were actually, it could be the director, whoever was running that theater, had written them.
Yes.
And so he had one based on Twilight and one based on Harry Potter. And he was auditioning, and I never saw it. I did not see anything.
Oh, well.
So I'm hoping they were successful.
If you're not going to come out and support the arts, Kevin, terrible.
I am now, because there's an opening night club that
wonderful.
that I can support. Yeah.
Wonderful. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. To come back to the show, it was the movie was called Where Does It Matter? And
I'm going to have to say we're going to discuss spoilers on this. So this movie, this was the premiere. It's the first time anybody had ever seen it, and they're going to be taking it around on the festival circuit, going to different competitions. So, and then he said next year it might show up on streaming services.
all right, so as a spoiler, the main draw for this film is that you get to see Rachel Powers with a gun.
That's right.
If you want to see Rachel Powers with a gun, check out Where Does It Matter? Yeah. This is the film for you.
Holding a gun to a priest's head.
And swearing.
And swearing.
Because Rachel is such a positive, light presence. It's kind of fun to see her like that, just laying it down.
So I'm sorry I cut you off. The show is called Where Does It Matter?
Where Does It Matter? Yeah. 12 and a half minutes, set.
I thought it was 20.
Is it 20? Rachel told us it was 12 and a half.
I think at the end it was 20.
I'm willing to believe that.
Okay.
But yeah, it was filmed in Shoreline, Washington. Their 48-hour film festival movie was filmed in Chelan. And it was funny because as soon as the Chelan one started, you could tell that it was Eastern Washington based on the trees. And then as soon as the second one, Where Does It Matter, started, you could tell it was Western Washington based on the trees.
That's right.
But yeah, lovely setting, and it's good to support this kind of stuff, like because they were young, the filmmakers. They looked like they were mid-20s,
yes.
right? So no, it's a good thing,
Yeah. So where does it matter? Yeah. It was basically zombie movie.
Yes.
And so the script was really two people in a bunker hiding from zombies for the full 20 minutes.
Yes.
The director decided to add in the zombie chase scenes at the beginning where the zombies end up chasing them into a garage, gas station.
Yeah, they said it was a gas station, but to all of us, it looked like a garage. And then it turned out at the end, it was a basement in the U District. Filmmaking.
Yes.
Wow. I would have never have guessed it based on what we saw, on video.
But the film was shot really, really well. I was impressed. And honestly, the zombie chase things, the zombies show up at the beginning. They're chasing them through the woods, through Shoreline Community College. And they show up at the end. I thought the zombies were pretty good.
That was like my main criticism was like, maybe we could have had more of the zombies in your zombie movie, right? Because the zombies did look good, right? And that was like the most exciting sections were Rachel running around, in the woods. And that's so classic, cheaper filmmaking in America. That's what you did.
Running through the woods?
Running around in the woods. That's what we did as kids. We had a video camera that my mom bought at a garage sale, and we made movies of us running around the woods.
That's true.
I love it.
No, I think what the writer said, where zombie movies are really about relationships between people, they really are. If you watch something like The Walking Dead, most of it, there's no zombies.
Yeah, or the Romero films. That was the bit, was that the zombies aren't actually threatening. It's humans that kill.
Yes. And so that's, I think he really pulled in on that one where he said, okay, we're going to be talking for 20 minutes in a very intense way inside this gas station garage.
Rachel's got a gun.
In
a basement in U District. Oh, God. Rachel with the Thule.
Okay, but going back, the zombies look pretty good.
They did.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's always a problem with some of the films if they're doing a zombie film where they have close-ups of zombies dripping blood and it's just not good. But the cinematographer was quite good with that kind of stuff. So you did see the dripping blood, but it was black as oil and the light was shining in different areas. So you didn't get close-ups, but it was definitely threatening.
No, it was good.
Yeah. I think one of the comments you made, which honestly, if we could have seen Mama, the old lady zombie.
Yes.
Right?
Plot spoiler, they talk about like a specific zombie, but then they don't show her.
That's true.
If you're gonna mention it. If you see an instrument on stage, you want to hear the instrument. If you see a gun on stage, you want it to go off. If you're going to talk about like a specific name zombie, we need the name zombie.
You need to see the zombie show up. Yeah, I think that might have pulled it together for me when he does go out and talk to his brother and they talk about, Mama the zombie.
We were thrilled with Rachel with the gun, but if we could have gotten Rachel being eaten by a zombie on film, that would have sent us. Right. 10 out of 10.
It was
marvelous.
It was supposed to be a little ambiguous.
Yeah, that's what they did. They did say that. They did say that the question and answer that they envisioned this as like a starting point, for something else.
Yes.
So I appreciate that from a filmmaker's perspective, but from my perspective,
yeah,
that
kind of would have been fun. I would like to say Rachel was fantastic.
Yes.
She was a very, very strong point in that film.
Yes. And
totally believable. And I think she looked like she knew what she was doing with the gun. You're going to disagree here?
On an automatic pistol, you wouldn't pull back the hammer.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
To commence the sequence, you would rack around, which is a shame because it's a really menacing like motion and sound. So it actually would have like highlighted it more. Like this is threatening. But when she did that, I was like, shit. Because that's what you did with like double action revolvers back in the day.
Okay.
You pull back the hammer with your thumb, but you don't do that with automatic pistol.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, and I learned something. I just don't shoot automatic pistols, apparently.
Yeah. They didn't have a gun guy on the set.
Okay.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah. For $5, I will be your gun consultant for your next movie. Let me at it. I'm there.
Yes. We did have, we had a crew that went up for opening night of the movie, of the film premiere. And I think all of us stuck around and listened to the history of the theater and saw the organ underneath the stage.
It was really interesting.
Yeah. It was good.
No, it was a good time.
Yeah. And Larry said, I think he bought it 5 years ago, but for 50 years he'd been a farmer.
Yes.
Just fascinating story there, I'm sure.
Yeah. So again, this is like a passion project for him, clearly. Yes. I'm assuming he could be retired if he wanted to.
Yes.
Right. But he wants to do this. So that's great.
He's got to keep busy.
I love the downtown theaters. I think they're wonderful.
Yep. Okay, so last weekend we went to go see. I'm gonna mangle this name. Is it
Artemidorus.
Artemidorus.
Last time I did it incorrectly, and you corrected me.
Oh,
So fair is fair.
It's
Artemidorus. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So we saw Artemidorus, and we're not stalking Rachel, but every show we're seeing lately, Rachel's in.
She's just in everything.
That's true.
And the MTW show on October 16, featuring
Yes.
Rachel Powers.
That's right.
Yes.
She's going to be in Marvelous Wonderettes.
Yes, and then when we go see Christmas Carol in December,
She's going to be in Christmas
Rachel
Carol.
Powers.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah, she can't skip an audition. She can't pass one by.
No, she is at it. She's making it happen, tell you what.
She is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, actually, she was saying that when she was doing the movie, she was at the time memorizing lines for the movie, for Carousel, for Sound of Music, and the understudy roles in those as well.
Yeah, she said it was in the last week of May that they were making the film. And LST always starts, Love and Summer Theater always starts in the first week of June.
Yes.
And so everybody, because LST expects you to have it memorized the second time you do a scene. So you need to come in pretty prepared, right? And she was, the Maria understudy for Sound of Music, and she was Julie Jordan. So she had an enormous line load. So that I am super ready to believe that was a difficult month.
Yes.
For Rachel,
Yeah. And so she's also doing the Artemidorus,
Yes.
which is not even theater, but it's a rock concert that was really stretching into theater.
Yeah. So for those of you unfamiliar, Artemidorus is a Pink Floyd tribute band, which has been operated by Chris Ladd, a local, for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
This is my third time seeing them. I saw them once before at the ICCA, and then I and the beautiful TJ Farrell they did an outdoor concert of The Dark Side of the Moon with the film.
And Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Yes.
The film of Dark Side of the Moon. The film that is often a companion piece for Dark Side of the Moon.
Because it syncs up so well. Did it?
Not really, except that there's one point when they say the lunatic is on the grass. That's when Scarecrow is like fooling around on the grass.
Yes.
And that's when I was like, oh. But the rest of it was kind of just like mood. know?
Okay.
But that is like right on the money.
Well,
right.
It's got to be tough with a live band to hit the marks like that.
Well, there were also technical problems when I was there.
Okay.
But no, it was fun. It's always fun. But yeah, so this is my third time seeing Artemidorus.
Yes.
And yeah, it was really well done.
And for this one, they were doing the album Animals, and they kind of mixed in a few different Pink Floyd songs into it. And then they kind of had a break, or what they would call a record flip, and they switched to, I think it was Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, more of the classics.
Yeah.
Right.
And so then they played through Dark Side of the Moon. Did a fantastic job of replicating the Pink Floyd style and sound.
Yeah.
And Chris Ladd, he can sing it.
Yeah. And it was extraordinarily well sold.
Yes.
It was supposed to be outside, and then because of the smoke, they split it into two inside performances, and both of them were sold out.
Yeah.
So selling extremely well.
Yeah.
God bless him.
And the thing that stood out for me was it's a light show.
Yes.
They had lasers everywhere.
Yes.
And almost to the point where they would create a ceiling inside Snowy Owl Theater of lasers and smoke.
Yes. Very strong performance element to the concert.
And they had a round screen up on stage where they had projections of video, and some of it looked like it was from actual Pink Floyd shows. Or Pink Floyd movies.
I remember the section that was political figures falling down. Right? They had Biden falling down and Trump falling down,
Yeah, I mean, they really tried not to just make it political. There was no statements about anything.
Pink Floyd is political, but in a broad way. It's a rebellious way or whatever, but not specifically pushing A, B, or C, right? So no, it was more just isn't it ridiculous? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, it was amazing. At some point, I think I said to you, I really need a drink. Just because it was the kind of show that you need to be a little inebriated.
Yeah, that's always helped me. It opens you up to the fiction.
Yeah.
Coming in a little bit primed, although I would say that. But no, for that kind of thing especially so.
Yeah.
It's more about like the experience. You know?
Yes. Well, and you could kind of sit and let it wash over you.
Yeah.
And you didn't really watch the performers nearly as much as you're just watching the light show and the video and that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you're vibing out.
Yeah.
I will say the backup singers did an excellent job with the step touches and the swaying.
Yes.
Yes. They were spot on. They were great.
So they had 3 backup singers, one of which was Rachel Powers, who's been doing those with Chris Ladd for a while now, and was fantastic. But I will call out Elaine Eagle, who did the high part from Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah.
It's the part everybody knows. Exactly. I wasn't going to try it. Thank you, Skyler, for throwing that one in there. And kind of riffed on it and took it for quite a while and nailed it. Just killed it. What a fantastic voice.
Yeah. No, spot on. Spot on throughout. Tell you what.
Yeah, it was fantastic. So we really enjoyed Artemidorus.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know if it was similar to what you had seen before? Or?
Yeah. They've always been, I'm assuming they rehearse quite a bit because they're pretty polished. And yeah, I've never seen a bad show of theirs.
And was it the same light show?
Broadly speaking,
okay.
The outdoor one didn't have any lasers, but the ICCA one I saw before did. It was very laser heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think they said that they rent that rig and that it's extremely expensive. And
I would assume so. Yeah. And the guitarist's son, the guitarist was Sean Williams, and his son Evan was running the lights.
Oh, was he?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah. And okay, so we wanted to talk about our next upcoming opening night.
I had one more show to talk about.
Oh, that's right.
Yes. So a week before we saw Artemidorus, I and Jeff Anderson went to see The Play That Goes Wrong in Seattle at the Seattle Rep.
At the Seattle Rep.
Yes.
And first off, do you like the Seattle Rep?
So I had only been to the Seattle Rep once before. Rachel Powers and Henry Heddick went to see Fat Ham there in 2024, and it was almost the worst show I've ever seen. I actually walked out. I was so angry at it.
No, you were there with other people and you walked out?
See, that's the joke. That's the punchline. That I had come with other people, so I couldn't leave. I just sat in the lobby. I couldn't drive away. But I was so angry. I had to leave. I had to get out of there. I couldn't contain myself.
So you didn't like the show or you didn't like the content?
I don't know. Fat Ham, it's a modern show.
Yes.
It's a retelling of Hamlet, but it's an extremely loose retelling of Hamlet. And I'm very structure oriented. And there's a part in Act 2 where the Hamlet character looks out into the audience and says, "Does a play even need structure?" And I was like, I'm out. I hate this. You can't do this to me, theater. You cannot lay this on me. And I just walked off.
Okay, so Fat Ham was not your favorite.
Yeah, so Seattle Rep is a very well-respected institution, so I was interested in giving them another shot, right? You can win me back, Seattle Rep. And the beautiful Carolyn Rensel, our friend here, friend of the pod, she had gotten tickets to see The Play That Goes Wrong, but she was not able to go because they just bought a house, a beautiful mid-century modern house, just 2 blocks away from the high school. Wonderful neighborhood. Really, really nice place. And so they were like, "Oh, we're going crazy. Do you want these tickets?" And I said, "Yes, of course." So me and Jeff Anderson went over. We went to Din Tai Fung. It was wonderful. And
I love that place.
Oh, it's so great. Jiao Long Bao. And then we saw The Play That Goes Wrong, and it was really good. Seattle Rep won me back. It was truly excellent.
I've seen stuff there, and I really liked it. I think I went over to see Boeing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before we did it.
Okay.
I was thinking about proposing it and kind of worked it so I could be in the show, which worked out.
Yeah, that was a good show. That sold really well.
Yeah. But Play That Goes Wrong, that one is super tech heavy.
Yes, it's a farce. It's a modern show, but it's been around. I think it's pretty popular. But the scenario is that it's a community theater group. It's a really bad community theater group putting on kind of like an Agatha Christie British drawing room drama, whodunit, somebody's murdered. We've all seen this. I say, summon the porter, that kind of thing. And it's just awful, and then everything falls apart, literally falls apart. So it's got a really sophisticated set because everything comes down, and it needs to come down in very specific ways to either hit people or not hit people. It's really a feat of engineering. And so it made me think, because, I was going as an MTW guy or whatever, and I was like, oh my gosh, we would need such construction, such art and craft if we were to do this here. But we do have people who could do that.
We do.
Yeah, John Mauser, what a maestro.
And was it dangerous?
Oh, very much so.
Oh.
Yeah, because they have a second story, and the second story comes down while people are on it. And they go skittering around, and like hold on to like banisters and whatnot. And then at one point, like the light apparatus comes down from the ceiling, and a guy climbs onto it and like jungle gyms around, like George of the Jungle stuff. So it was an extremely physical show. Yes, it was really, really elaborate. So huge respect. This was very impressive physically.
Yeah.
Physically impressive.
And funny.
Oh, yeah, very funny.
Okay.
Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, I've seen some of the show that goes wrong. It's on BBC or something like that.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, they've got like an ongoing show, and every episode, it kind of feels like the play that goes wrong.
Okay.
And I think we see the same stuff where it's poor actors doing things, and then everything just makes it worse.
Yeah. No, I really, really liked it. I thought it was great. And it's it's a traditional old type farce or whatever, people running in, running out. And that's
lots
kind
of doors.
Yeah. And that's kind of gone out of style or whatever. So it was a real pleasure to see that again.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Awesome. Okay, so we are getting ready for our next opening night, which is going to be this next weekend, and it's on the 18th.
Yes, so Thursday the 18th at the Bushel and Bee Tap Room in Leavenworth at 7 o'clock is the world's second performance of Humans, A Brief Primer, the show that is taking the world by storm.
I had seen it in previews and loved it. And what are the changes you've worked into it?
Well, so I wrote the show in 2020 when comic book movies were a lot more culturally prevalent. And so I've edited some of that stuff down, and I've added a section about podcasts, about true crime podcasts. I think it's funny.
Okay.
I think the new material is superior.
Okay.
So we're hoping it'll do well, and it's free.
It's free.
You just walk on in and order yourself a beer.
You can have a beer, you can have a glass of mead, and participate in the show, because it does kind of happen all around you.
Yes, and we do turn the floor over to the audience at several points, so you can heckle, but within bounds.
That's true.
Yes, there is audience participation.
And you've learned how to manage the hecklers.
I think I do pretty well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that is what we've got coming up next week. We'll be talking about that here on the podcast next week, talk about how it went. And we'll also be talking about Some Like It Hot.
Oh.
Which is at the Paramount. And I'll be attending. And Skyler saw it on Broadway.
I did, my ill-fated adventure to New York. But yeah, so that is the new musical of the film Some Like It Hot.
Yes.
But there was already a musical adaptation of this show, right?
Yes, there was a musical adaptation called Sugar, because they couldn't get the rights to the name for some reason. And so I had directed that, 15 years ago. It's been quite a while ago. And then this one came out a couple years ago on Broadway, and they changed it substantially.
Yeah, so I've actually never seen Sugar, but I have seen the film.
Okay.
The film's great.
The film's fantastic.
Classic.
Yeah, and honestly, if you look at the American Film Institute, it's one of the top 10 comedies of all time.
It's very funny.
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe. She's very funny.
That's right.
Yes.
No, it's fun. Okay, so we're getting close. We're going to wrap this one up, telling everybody the next opening night, if you want to go, is going to be at Humans, a Primer at the Bushel and Bee on the 18th. And then we've got more interviews, because we're still waiting for shows to open up here. We've seen most of the high schools have cast their shows for the fall, And so we're looking to see Puffs and Little Shop of Horrors, and I forget the others right now.
But yeah, they're starting in October, and that's going to be like the high schools are always do like a show before Christmas and a show after Christmas.
Yes.
So that slate is starting up pretty soon here.
Yes. And we'll be doing our next, I think, official opening night for new theater after Skyler's show is going to be The Marvelous Wonderettes on October 16th at the Riverside Playhouse. And, of course, we know who is in this show. Once again, it's Rachel Powers.
I can't believe it. As well as a lot of alumni from our production of A Little Night Music.
Yes.
Right. We have Evil Skyler.
It's another Skyler.
Who is evil.
We're going to say new Skyler.
And then Mary Beth Brisky. And then Sarah Smeller.
Yes. And all directed by Maddie Atwood.
Yes, the wonderful Maddie Atwood.
Yeah. Very looking forward to this one. It will be lots of early 60s and 50s girl group songs. You will know all of these songs. And we were talking at a board meeting that we really need to figure out how to get boomers to understand what this musical is.
People don't know the title. And when they don't know the title, you need to push it harder. Everybody talks about it really highly in the production. It's like, oh, it's great, it's great, it's great. So I believe it's going to be a good show. We just got to get out and sell it more.
Yeah.
You know.
I think if they understand that all of the songs they will know, that they're doing Mr. Sandman and Lollipop, Lollipop.
Yeah.
I think that's what it'll take to get them. So I'm really hoping, if there's people listening to the podcast, they can show up early to opening night and get the word out and tell everybody about what a great show that's going to be.
Do you think we have a lot of our listener demographics? We have a lot of 85-year-olds in there?
I do not. I had to work really hard to get the Apple Podcast app on my parents' phone. Oh. And I don't know that they've listened to the show.
Oh, I know my mom doesn't listen.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I don't know that we have a lot of boomers that are heavy into podcasts.
No.
I don't think it happens.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
If we talked about our grandchildren more on the show.
That could be it.
Yeah, that's what's going to get them in the door. And then once they're in the door, then we can sell them on the musical theater.
Yeah, we just have to find some grandchildren.
Yeah, well, I'll get right on that. I'm right around the corner from that achievement. Right.
Okay, that about wraps it up for the Opening Night Club podcast for this week. As a reminder, go out and see the next opening night on September 18th at the Bushel and Bee Humans: a Primer.
All members of the Opening Night Club who attend get in free.
Thank you.
They will not need to buy a ticket. All right, just tell them Skyler sent you, and you're in.
So everyone, go enjoy that show. Enjoy the next opening night.